as we've already met and you've already filled out your paperwork and we've already done your initial measurements and your weight, I've put you into our software and I've got your program ready to go.
Awesome.
So the 12-month program that you will be on, we wanted to give you a little bit of a kickstart, meaning that it gives your metabolism a way to get ready to start burning as much fat as we can get it to burn. So the way that we're going to do that is by using what we're calling the Balanced Habits Life Reset. Now the reset is like that. It's the kickstart of your metabolism. You're going to do it 3 times throughout your 12-month term with us.
Okay.
We're going to start with it now. In about 4 months, we're going to repeat it. In about 4 months, we're going to repeat it again.
Okay.
So that's the schedule that we'll be on. What it's going to look like is we're going to meet weekly for the next 4 weeks. And I'll give you your instructions on what you're going to do. But we're just going to do weekly quick weigh-ins. I'm going to check your food journal. And then at the end of those 4 weeks, we're going to do a final measurement, just like we did at the very beginning. So we can see your before and after.
Okay.
So with us starting with the life reset right now, after those 4 weeks, you're going to get your true Balanced Habits Life binder. Now this binder is going to be completely personalized to just you. It's going to have all of your statistics in it. It's going to have basically your meal plans. It's going to have your macronutrient recommendations, but it's a lot of information and we're not going to focus on that yet. We're going to give you kind of a rolling start into your new lifestyle.
Okay.
So a couple things I'm going to give you today is a portion sheet.
Okay.
So what the portion sheet does is a portion sheet is really just your meal plan. It's going to tell you exactly how much of certain foods that we're going to give you as well, food recommendations that you should be eating for yourself and for your goals and for where you currently are with your exercise and eating habits that you shared with me on your documents.
Okay.
So I want to take you through that a little bit. This being your portion sheet, it has weeks 1 through 4. So you're going to be using this portion sheet all 4 weeks.
Okay.
You don't need anything else to follow. Meals 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that means that every day you're going to be eating 4 meals. And we're going to space them at a 4-hour apart increment. So how often do you currently eat?
Well, sometimes every 2.5 hours and sometimes every 6.
6. Okay, that's a long time to go without food. So what we're trying to do is find that happy medium spot, which is 4 hours, where it gives your body enough time to digest what you've just eaten and then start to look internally for energy, therefore burning fat. The reason why we're not going 6, 7, 8 hours without eating, because your body will get to that point where it might start to break down muscle instead of use fat, which we don't want to do. So, and this is stuff that we will get into over the course of your program. Right now, you're just going to put on your life reset goggles and follow the instructions of eating every 4 hours with the recommendations that we give you. So we're going to make it really simple. We have 4 weeks worth of recipes we're going to give you in these little booklets.
Okay.
So this one's week 1. I have week 2 just to show you. We also have a week 3 and a week 4. And you will get weeks 2, 3, and 4 recipe booklets at each of your little weigh-ins over the next couple weeks. Week 1 I'm going to give you right now along with your portion sheet. So what I will explain right now is right here you see it says 2 units. So 2 units, 3 units, 2 units, and 3 units. That equals 10 units total. I know you don't know what units is yet, but I'll explain. So based on where you currently are with your body fat percentage, your activity level, your pounds of lean mass on you, how often you currently, did I already say exercise? How often you exercise? Lots of things about you. Based on that, our calculator software has given you a total of 10 units. And units is our word for portion size.
Okay.
So when it says units right here, it means you're going to be eating also a protein, a carb, and a fat at each meal. And the way that we make that super simple is with these recipes. You're going to look at a recipe. I can just show you one right now. It's called beef stroganoff. Sounds good, right?
Sure.
That has protein, carbs, and fat in it in the perfect portion just for you. So when I show you what that recipe looks like, you'll be able to look at your portion sheet and go, oh, I'm supposed to have 2 units of that recipe. And it's really simple the way that things go together. So we're going to go down your portion sheet along with your week 1 recipe booklet. So on the first page, this is your menu. This outlines all of the food choices that you have for the week. If you're not a cooker, if you're not really huge on recipes, I will also be showing you how you can make meals, probably similar to what you're doing right now, but again, in your portion size.
Okay.
And making it a complete balanced meal, because a lot of people, they might have an apple and say, oh, I had an apple as my snack, which is great. Apple's great. But an apple doesn't have the protein in it, doesn't have the fat in it to make it a complete balanced meal that's going to keep you satisfied for the next 4 hours.
Okay.
So that's why we're combining all of the macronutrients.
Sorry.
So let's hop to it. Meal 1, i.e. breakfast, if that's something that you eat. You're going to eat a 2-unit choice from any of the recipes listed for this meal. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at breakfast. There's a smoothie, French toast, and apple pie muffins and eggs anyway. So of those recipes, which one sounds the best? Smoothie, French toast, or muffin and eggs?
I'm going to go with the French toast.
Okay, so French toast, recipe B. We turn to recipe B. And this over here says have a 2-unit portion of it. Here's the ingredients, here's the recipe steps, and here is how much of it to eat in a 2-unit portion.
Okay.
You would need a 5-unit portion because that's way more than you're given on your portion sheet.
Right.
Maybe someday, but not today. Okay?
All right.
So just looking at the very next one, if you wanted to have the apple pie muffin instead, same thing. Here's how to make it, and here's exactly how much of it to eat, what to eat with it.
Okay.
So try to make it as simple as possible. So looking at meal 2, you're supposed to now have a 3-unit. So why don't you navigate your booklet
Okay.
and look for meal 2 options and let me know which one you're going to have and how much of it you're going to have.
All right. So I'm going to go with the turkey cheese stackers, recipe F. And I get 3 units, so right there, 3-unit
Awesome.
portion.
So that's exactly how to make it in your unit size. So all of these recipes are meant to be family friendly. They're all healthy based. Like I said, they're all complete protein, carbs, and fats are in them. So let's say you wanted to make one of the dinners for your whole family. It's totally fine. Just make sure that you're sticking to your portion of it.
Right.
So meal 3, I'm going to come back to, but meal 4 is dinner. It often has a combination of recipes put together. So for instance, in this dinner, we have slow cooker pulled poultry, got it, crunchy slaw, and sweet tater fries. That's actually 3 recipes put together.
Okay.
And so it tells you to look out for that on your portion sheet. So when you go to one of those recipes, G, H, or I, it's going to tell you that it's a combination meal, so
Okay.
you need to do the full meal portion.
Okay.
Okay, so just look out for that. We don't want you just to eat the poultry, because then you're going to sit there and be really hungry.
Right.
Because you didn't eat the other stuff that comes with it.
Okay.
So that makes sense?
So it does.
Okay. So meal 3. Meal 3, it's usually, if you just think about the timing of the day, meal 3 will probably be in the late afternoon, maybe, obviously 4 hours before your last meal is going to be. So we kind of call it more of a snack, but of course you could always eat any of these recipes at any time of the day as long as you're eating it in your portion size.
Right.
So you could totally have the 1 skillet squash and tofu curry quinoa for breakfast if you wanted to, if you have it in your portion size. So
Okay.
lots of versatility here. So, meal 3. Make a choice from the grab and go in 2 units or the pack and go. So the grab and go sheet is right here in your week 1 booklet. And what the grab and go is a list of meal replacement bars laid out in your exact unit size.
Okay.
So, do you eat meal replacement bars?
Once in a while.
So, have you ever had a Zone bar?
I think so.
Okay. So, Zone bars are available almost everywhere. They count as a 2 unit portion,
Okay.
meaning that it's your 2 units of protein, your carbs, and your fat. It's one complete meal smushed into a bar. They're used basically in like emergency type settings, or if you're traveling, or if you're really, really busy going on a hike or something.
Okay.
Throw them in your bag. Use that as a meal. Don't rely on these, on a meal to meal basis, but they're okay.
Okay.
If you ever needed to switch up your meals for some reason and you needed a 3 unit meal replacement bar via the grab and go sheet, you could just use a Cliff Builder bar instead. So just, get used to this. Maybe take a picture of it with your phone. So if you're at the grocery store and you want to pick some up, you know which ones are good for your portion size.
Okay.
Grab and go is pretty easy. Pack and go is what gives you a lot of different options that maybe aren't on any of the recipes.
Okay.
So, for instance, the pack and go sheet, it's explained right here, but I'm just gonna explain it via words.
Okay.
If you ever need to refer to it, it gives it a pretty good explanation here. The way that the pack and go sheet works is it's broken down into 1 unit portions of protein, 1 unit portions of carbs, and 1 unit portions of fats. The way to get to what your recommendation is of 2 units is you simply multiply each column by 2.
Okay.
So for instance, just the first thing I see, 2 egg whites, you would need 2 units of it. So 2 egg whites times 2 would be 4 egg whites, gives you 2 units of protein.
Okay.
Can you show me how you would do it with a carb?
Sure. I could do a half a large apple is 1 carb, so I'd have a whole apple for my 2.
Yes. So you have that with your egg whites, and then let's see, fats. What about almonds?
I could have 4 whole almonds.
Perfect. So you have that all in one sitting. That's your complete meal for in your 2 unit portions. So there's a lot of versatility in here too, because you can mix and match. You can, combine all the way across. You can cross out stuff you wouldn't eat.
Okay.
Just want you to pay attention to the asterisks. There's a note over here on this page as well. There's an asterisk next to items that have either carbs or a high amount of saturated fat. Don't want you to combine an asterisk with another asterisk or itself.
Okay.
So if you're going to have 1 whole egg, don't have another whole egg, or don't have, shredded cheese, milk or turkey bacon.
Okay.
Pick something else that doesn't have an asterisk. And again, the note's over there.
Okay.
So that's how the pack and go sheet works. It's really, really handy. Let's say, you have a really busy week coming up. You can use your pack and go sheet to, meal prep. If you don't have time to make recipes, if you're not really a recipe maker, if you're traveling, if you're at 7-Eleven, you can always find something to eat.
Okay.
So there's that. So those are all of your food recommendations. Again, this is your week 1. We have week 2, 3, and 4. One last thing I forgot to mention is your grocery list. So we wanted to make it really easy for you to get in and out of the grocery store. So all of your recipes have a letter next to them. On your grocery list, we have it with every single ingredient that's in this booklet has a recipe letter next to it. So if you need bananas, you need them for recipe A.
Okay.
So if you're not going to have recipe A, you don't need to get bananas.
Right.
So that's how the the grocery list works. Also, in all of your booklets are your food journals. So just real quick, your date, everything you ate. The more detail you can give me, the better.
Okay.
So I can really help you. What you did for exercise, how you felt. Like maybe you felt really hungry that day, or you felt tired, or you felt really excited, or however you felt. We want to see that.
Okay.
And how much water you drank throughout the day. I
All
want
right.
you to drink a lot of water. So that's your booklets. So lastly is just your exercise recommendations. Based on what you shared with me that you currently do, we have a little bit of an increase in your exercise recommendations. It's just a target. So for your cardio, we now want you to be shooting for 4 30-minute sessions a week.
Okay.
Using your target heart rate right here, this is just based on the fact that you're a female and your age. Shoot for about that heart rate when you're doing your cardio.
Okay.
For your strength training, we just wanted to increase it a little bit from what you were doing before. And now that you're training with us and we offer the 45-minute sessions, then you'll be able to get in all of your strength training.
Perfect.
So that's basically, what your portion sheet means, what all of your recipe booklets are. What the next step is going to be is you're going to take your week 1 recipe booklet and your portion sheet. And I'm thinking maybe you're going to need to go to the grocery store, use the grocery list, but look this over and see, if there's things you're not going to eat, don't worry about it.
Right.
And again, we're going to do this for 4 weeks. And then at the end of the 4 weeks, we're going to kind of shift gears into more of a individualized approach with your life program.
Okay.
So, are you excited to start?
I am.
Do you have any questions?
No, I think you said everything that I need to know.
Good. Perfect.
All right.
Okay, let's get started.
Thank you.